up, guys, and welcome to another action figure review. Today we are reviewing the Mego Candyman Farewell to the Flesh, which I believe is the sequel to the original Candyman. I missed out on the NECA Candyman. I walked past it a few times in stores, and at the time, I just didn't have the means to purchase it or, to justify the purchase. But I've been longing for a long time to have a Tony Todd in my collection. Now, for me, I do really enjoy the original Candyman, but the Tony Todd role that's iconic to me is when he played Ben in Night of the Living Dead. So I really wish I could eventually get a Ben from Night of the Living Dead. But until then, I really loved his portrayal as Candyman too. It's a very iconic horror villain, and it's such a great story. And plus, Tony Todd is just amazing. I met him at a horror convention. You can see my horror autographs linked out above. Please watch that review, and you can see all about the people I've met over the years at the conventions. But today, we are going to give our hands at the Mego. Now, I don't have any Mego figures. The closest thing I have to a Mego figure is the NECA retro cloth figures. So I don't know how this will be, but I'm excited to add Candyman to my collection. There's a few other horror icons that I'm adding to my collection from the Mego line, and yeah, let's get this. Let's look at the packaging, and we'll get them open and check them out. So right off the bat, the likeness is pretty good, Mr. Tony Todd. I will say it's not bad. I wish I had the NECA to compare, so I don't really know who I like more. I do think maybe the detail of the NECA is probably better, if I had to guess. Just because again, I'm biased to NECA. But yeah, so it has the Mego monster line, which is pretty cool. Like I said, this is my first Mego. I bought one other one. You'll see in a next review. You can see MGM. You got beautiful image of Tony Todd and the Mego thing. It's 8 inches, 14 points of articulation. Let's get Mr. Tony Todd out of the packaging. What do you say? We have Candyman out of his packaging. First impressions, it's kind of cool. It's a little different as far as like how the retro cloth figures are. Like, for instance, one thing I noticed, you can actually take off these shoes. So that's kind of cool, I guess. So that's kind of funny to me because like the NECA, obviously they're not. They're just, the shoes are molded on. Like I said, as far like the likeness, I do think it's not bad compared. What do you guys think? It's not a horrible sculpt at all. It's not, like I said, it's not 100% accurate, but I think for the most part, people are gonna know like, hey, that's Tony Todd. The cloth is really nice. It's really nice leather, and all in all, it's not a cheap feeling figure. I gotta be honest, when I was looking at the plastic, some of it kind of looked like a little cheap to me, but it doesn't feel cheap. It does. It kind of feels like a NECA retro cloth for sure. Again, I don't have the original Tony Todd Candyman figure from NECA. It's just a lot of money that they want now. In the aftermarket, I don't really see it on a retail store. But I'm fine with this. I don't necessarily need the NECA one. I have this one now to represent the Candyman. The cloth. The claw is pretty cool. We'll go over the articulation. So his head goes back and forth. You can actually go 360. It doesn't go up and down. He does have an ab crunch, and he goes back. His arms can go up, but they're hindered by this. And I'm not going to tug on it because I don't want to break the figure for the sake of a review. He has, I don't know if it's a single joint or a double joint. Let's see. I can lift up this sleeve. So he has single jointed elbow. He's got hinges in the wrist. His leg goes up. He's got really good leg articulation. He's got a can't tell if it's up the thigh. It's hard to tell because there's so much clothing. It's got like a swivel in the actual hinge. So it's not necessarily a thigh cut, but it's like a swivel. He's got single jointed knee. His leg goes up, goes back, and he does not have ankle pivot. So it's actually pretty decent articulation. It's not a bad figure at all. I'm actually pretty happy with it. I'm happy to be able to add Tony Todd to my collection. I'm happy to have Candyman in my collection. Let's get a couple of NECA retro cloth figures out here to have a comparison so you can see the difference. And then we'll put a close to this review. All right, here we have a couple figures to compare. We have the Dream Warriors Freddy Krueger, and we have the 2018 Michael Myers. Both are NECA retro cloth. And we have three horror icons together, and I think they look really good. So I will say the Megos do look well with the retro cloth figures. I do, so that's nice. Now, maybe I'm biased, but I do think NECA does a better job. Just like the plastic is a lot better. you know, this is more of a soft plastic. But like I said, it's not a bad thing. If you missed out on the NECA Candyman, this is a great alternative. If you want both, because now you have the first Candyman, then you have the second one. This is supposed to be for the second film. Either way, you can't go wrong. But all in all, Candyman looks really great next to these other icons. So I do think it's a good buy if you really want a Candyman in your collection. Here it is. I'm really happy to have someone represent Tony Todd in my collection. He's been one of the icons. If you look through my collection, he's missing, and I'm a big fan of Tony Todd. So all in all, guys, I do really like this figure. I don't know how deep I will dive into the Mego line. It's probably going to be one of those things like, hey, like if NECA didn't make it, like I'll get it, or if I missed out on the NECA, I'll get the Mego, like, you know. So because they have done a couple obscure characters that, you know, NECA hasn't put out. So yeah, keep an eye on my channel maybe for more Mego reviews. I do have one more that will be the next review after this. So please like this video, comment down below, and subscribe.